Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno. Happy Monday. Um, Today's been an okay day. I've had, the weekend was bad, but I was able to get done what I had to and move on and rest, and that's what I did. But I see questions of people worrying about going bilateral, okay? And I'm to tell you, really, don't worry about it. And I know it's easier said than done, and it's easier for somebody to say it, but you got to look at, you know, what they have for numbers. Now, some people, researchers say it's 75% won't go bilateral, 25% will. Another one says 80% won't go bilateral, 20% will, 85%, 15%, and there's even a couple of them that say 90%, 10%. So the reality of you going bilateral probably won't happen. There's still a chance it could, but it's probably not going to. So the thing is, it's why are you spending all this time and energy worrying about it? If it happens, it happens, and you move on. It's actually, I get diagnosed bilateral in March. I'm sorry, March, and being bilateral actually is a little bit easier than just being unilateral. And because my left ear is gone. I had a labyrinthectomy. That's gone. But the right ear doesn't seem to be as bad as the attacks and everything else like that. The tinnitus doesn't seem as bad in that ear. I still have tinnitus in the left ear, believe it or not. But the tinnitus doesn't seem as bad. It doesn't seem that bad, and the chances of it getting really, really bad down to zero is very slim. Okay? But the thing you got to understand is that if you're worrying about something that might not happen, you're wasting time. You're wasting energy. You're stressing yourself out, which can cause what? Trigger another attack. Okay? So don't worry about it. I mean, it's hard to deal with anyways, and it makes it a little bit more harder, but it's not something you haven't dealt with before. It's in a way, you kind of like understand more. So it might be maybe that's why it's easier for me. I kind of understand better. But the thing is that why worry about something that might not happen? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't, to me, I can't say it doesn't make sense, but to me, it's like you're worrying about nothing at this point. I mean, if you start experiencing tinnitus or you start having vertigo attacks and your left ear is dead like mine is, yeah, I would be concerned. And that's when I got concerned. When I started getting the vertigo attacks like I was getting in my left ear, more frequent, the tinnitus was becoming worse. That's when I got worried. That's when I got nervous that I was going bilateral. But before that, I really wasn't thinking about going bilateral. I wasn't worrying about it as much. It's always in the back of your head, that you could. But, I'm not going to worry about something that it could. Okay, I want to continue to live my life and enjoy myself and enjoy, well, hearing and things that I can do at this point. Because it can, like I said, at one point it might get worse. But I'm not going to sit around worrying about it. So that's just my take on it. And I'm not trying to belittle anybody if you're worried about it. I understand completely. But the thing is that try not to worry about it. If it happens, it happens. And you deal with it. And you move on. That's it. That's all you can do. Right? So, I mean, are there ways to deal with stress? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can, go for a walk, do a hobby, read books. I mean, listen to music if you got some hearing left. My stress release is fishing usually. As a matter of fact, on my screen, I'm looking at a fish I caught last week. But yeah, there's ways to relieve the stress. And if it's really a lot of anxiety, you can take anti-anxiety meds. Lexapro is one that I take daily. Valium you can take as needed. But, you know, you really don't want to get to that point. So, please don't worry about going bilateral. If it happens, it happens. And my tend of thinking is that it's 85% won't go bilateral and 15% will, just from what I've seen. And to be honest with you, 15%, that's 15 out of 100, let's say. It's a lot, but it's not. Doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. There's thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people in the world diagnosed with Meniere's. I've heard things of up to 2 million people are diagnosed with it. So 15% of 2 million, it doesn't mean you're going to get it. So don't worry about it. Try not to worry about it, I should say. Okay? On that note, hey, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a spin-free day, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care.